Okay, so what you want to do right here, you can see that I have it marked at 1 yard. So we're gonna cut 1 yard of pink. So this is 1 yard of pink, and we're gonna do this 6 times. So I'm gonna cut 6 of these and then 6 blues. So what I'm gonna do to all the 1 yard pieces, I'm gonna fold them back, all of them, all the ones that I cut, and then I come to my cutting board right here, and I'm gonna cut the size I need. So the tutu that I made right now was 9 inches long because it was for a 5 to 6T. So a 9-inch, focus over here, a 9-inch tutu, you want to cut 18 inches, right? So what I do, I take off 2 inches, so that way when you put the ribbon adds those 2 inches. So if I'm gonna make a 9-inch tutu, I cut it at 16 inches. And I'll show you. Right. So that way, when you go and put the ribbon, grab some ribbon. Using this for example. When you go and put the ribbon right here, the ribbon adds 2 inches because this one goes over here and this one goes over here, and then when you fold like this, it adds those 2 inches that we took off. That's when you're doing 2 ribbons. So if you're just doing 1 ribbon, then you might just want to not take off those 2 inches. So I already did that. I already have the blues and the pinks, and they're all 1 yard. So 1 yard, 1 yard, 1 yard. So there's 6 here and 6 here, and that's 12. And that's how we're gonna do this right here. Okay, so right here my camera was not recording, but I am using the tool that we cut, and I am alternating the colors, 1 blue, 1 pink, 1 blue, 1 pink, and I am attaching it to the ribbon. I do not cut the ribbon by 1 yard each. I keep it all the same. And right here I'm showing you my stitch length and tension. And yes, like I said, I do not cut the ribbon. I sew all of the tulle in 1 consecutive ribbon. So right here I'm just showing you with 1 hand. Eventually I put you on the tripod because it gets difficult. So you see how the tulle doesn't go all the way to the bottom of the ribbon? That is why I can go ahead and take off 2 inches off the tulle, so that way the ribbon does add that extra length. And right here I did blue, now I'm doing pink, and then after that pink I do another blue, and then so on and so forth until I do all of that side, all of the light purple ribbon. So this is pretty boring, so let me fast forward that. Okay, so right here I finished all the tulle. So you want to cut that and then use the lighter to seal the ends. And I'm gonna put all of it back in my lap the way that I'm showing you right here. I try to keep it organized as best as I can. So then you want to flip. You see how I rotated that with the satin facing up, and then now that the satin is facing up, the next ribbon has to be face down. So with this, I like my scales going down like this, so I flipped it because it has to be, pay attention how your pattern is, because if you put it upside down, then it's going to be upside down on top of the other ribbon. So I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory on itself. I'm just gonna sew all of that ribbon onto the next on the other side of the tulle, and I'm going to sew that all 12 yards. So I did do 12 yards for 5 to 6, size 5 to 6. I usually do more, but I only had 12 yards of that mermaid scale. It still turned out pretty cute. So the same, you're gonna have to, you know, stop, put in the tulle since they are cut, and right here I'm about to run out of a ribbon, and all I do is I get as close as possible. I leave a little bit of space right there, and I will just stick the next 3 yards of ribbon. This ribbon comes in 3 yards, so I did have to use 4 spools of ribbon. And again, this is pretty much it. So now I finished it, and I am showing you how that's gonna go on top of each other. So I'm gonna put it back in my lap so I can do the channel. And taking off those pieces of thread. So right here, if you were to measure it right now, it's gonna measure to a 9-inch tutu, because the ribbon added extra length. Even though I cut it at 16 inches, it'll measure to a 9-inch tutu because of the ribbon. So right here I do a 3/4 for the waist for the channel, because that's what my elastic, that's the width of my elastic. I don't do 1 inch, I do 3/4 because that's what the elastic is. So if you do it bigger, then it's not gonna look tight on the elastic. So use the same width that you're using the elastic. So right here, I don't cut anything, I just keep going. I stick in the tulle and I keep going, back stitch, and then keep going. I don't stop to cut the thread in between the tulle, just trying to, you know, save time. And yep, that's what I'm doing for the rest of the tulle. Back stitch, and then slide that other piece right in there. And what I do with those pieces where I overlap the ribbon one on top of the other one, I use the glue gun to stick that down so it's not like flapping, and you can see where I had to connect another piece. So this is the elastic I'm using, 3/4 non-roll. I got this on Amazon because I cannot find elastic in no stores. So I cut the elastic at 19 inches long for size 5 to 6, and then just pretty much just feed the, right there is where I put the hot glue. And right here I'm showing you my busted ass hands. I'm full of cuts and burns. So again, pretty self-explanatory. Just feed the elastic through the channel. Make sure you do put something in the end. That's the worst, when you lose your elastic inside the channel because you didn't pin it. I hate that. All right, so right here I finished feeding the elastic, and right here I'm separating all the tulle. Make sure it's even all around. And I did stitch the elastic, and I have to glue that. So then right here I'm looking for the ends of the ribbon so I can show you. I used to glue them together, the ends, but I had a customer once send me a picture of the ends had came undone because I had glued them, and after that I stopped gluing them and I stitched them together now. So that's embarrassing if they send you a picture of something that you did and it's freaking falling apart. It wasn't falling apart, but you know what I mean. So right here, this is what it looks like. With it looks so different on the table and on the mannequin. So right here I'm just fixing the tulle, and I still have to put a bow on that, which I'm about to show you. Okay, so I'm gonna do the bow for the tutu. I don't use no fancy nothing. I just use my hands. I do a simple bow, nothing complicated. I pretty much just wrap it around my hand. Have your needle ready. I just fold it like this and then just start folding at the bottom, then start folding at the top, and that's it. That's all I do. I don't do nothing complicated, honestly. The same with the hair bows. I do just simple hair bows. I pair them with the outfits just so that they don't, you know, I feel like they're incomplete if they don't have something for the hair. So I do add a hair bow with every outfit. Also, if you want, you could change the measurements of the tulle. For example, if you don't want to use 1 yard of blue and pink, you could do 2 yards of blue, 2 yards of pink. That way you can kind of see more of each color. It's up to you. So right here I'm just gonna finish the bow and then attach it to the tutu, and that should be pretty much it. And that's it, guys. That's the finished tutu. I hope you guys liked the video, and don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.